Hello, and welcome to Grug Gaming, and welcome back to our playthrough of Dominions 4. If you remember, in our last episode, we had a grand battle here in our southern castle, and we discovered that we had made a small mistake with our magics and lost a large number of the augurs that we had. After doing some research and looking back over the battle, I've come to the conclusion that what it was these death mages were casting that summon skeleton spell, which looked great, but it was causing all the fatigue that was damaging our communion slaves. So I'm going to go ahead and remove them from the communions and let them just cast their Bolt of On Life spell. We don't want them causing damage to our own troops. We also have, as you can see here, all of the Abyssian troops that we captured, and we're able to take them and put them into our armies now as a group that won't suffer from the fire effects as badly. The other cool thing is that we actually captured one of their commanders as a basic troop, so we're going to put him on the front lines. We're continuing to recruit here. I've also set up our recruitment here at this castle because we're going to be losing troops quickly to those fire effects. The amount of armor that we have is not going to be that big a deal since we're starting to wage this magical war. So we're going to spend less money on the better troops and start hiring some of these lower end troops that don't cost as much, but that we can amass in much greater numbers since we're throwing them out there as sacrificial lambs against the fire spells of the Abyssians. We've summoned in our Mound Fiend. We're going to go ahead and end the turn. I think this is going to be a rather quick turn, so we'll go ahead and just watch it on the actual film itself. As you can see, this part is not too exciting. That's why I've been cutting it out of most of the episodes. There we go. So a battle in Helheim. I'm going to bet you that Narzaruth came forward on his own. Yep. Killed a couple guys and then slunk back into his castle. Nothing to worry about. A battle in Amon Forest. This is where we just took over, so they attacked back. Let's take a look. Or actually, our forces defeated the attacking forces from Abyssia. So it looks like this was actually province defense. And we took out one of their anointed, so that is a great win for us. We're still attacking Helheim, and 6 battle afflictions were cured across our armies, which is great. So they're starting to amass a force over here on the west hand side. We're going to need to just continue to build our augurs back up and see that we've got another one. And we are building up a mass of troops again. We're just going to need to do that here until we can mount another attack with magic. So with that in mind, we'll continue recruitment, continue sieging. We're recruiting some troops here just to have another set. You can see that we're spending almost all of our gold every turn on all these recruitments. We have some more magic gems, so we'll go ahead and convert more of those gems over to death gems. And we'll do what we've been doing, which is summon another Mound Fiend. Ooh. We could summon a behemoth. I kind of want to see what that looks like, so let's go ahead and summon 2 of those. We'll take a look at what those look like here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out the next level. I believe this episode will probably be full of multiple turns of us just rebuilding our armies and recruiting, so we'll be skipping through most of them. But I will let you see the effects of each turn. Just be ready for that. This may not be a very exciting episode. So we'll see you in a second at the end of this turn. And we have the turn results. Our enchantment research continues. We can now see that we are up to level 5 in enchantment. This gives us the ability, if we'd like to, using our Mound Fiends, to summon in a bunch of undead cavalry to build up an army of undead if we'd like to. We cast that Behemoth spell. We'll look at those in a minute. There was a battle in Almond Forest. It looks like our province defense is holding up very well. We're going to check out which province that is in a moment. Narzaruth came out. He killed one Surf Warrior. We are not impressed. We're under siege in Almond Forest, but the enemy cannot harm us. So, they attacked. They survived the battle. Killed our province defense, but we didn't get them beat off of the map, so they're still there. We're still destroying the gate in Helheim. Unit cure of disease, and 7 battle afflictions cured. So that means, over here, got about 20 units, a couple fire drakes, huge scorpion beast scene, so we won't be able to recruit any more augurs here. Let's go ahead and take some of the augurs we've been recruiting the last couple turns. Again, every 3 augurs is an augur and a communion slave. We'll move 2 more sets of that over here. They've got a couple more we'll need to rename if we want to break that siege again. Still holding well in Helheim. Once we break this and get rid of this annoyance in our back, we'll be able to go ahead and march south with all these augurs and I think do a great deal of damage. I went ahead and moved Gravechill up into this cave province, right next to Abyssia's capital. I want to go ahead and let's have Gravechill go ahead and attack. I want to see what's in this province right here. Who knows, Gravechill may even survive. There is a large army right here probably moving towards us we need to be aware of. And do we have any more? I think the rest of our Harvesters of Sorrows are dead. Yes, they are. Alright, so we're moving those over. We're sitting here under siege, so we can't do much. That means we have a lot of gold we're not spending. Let's go ahead. Make sure that we're using it where we can. We're continuing to recruit the augurs up here. We're going to have a huge magical force when we decide to march north. I don't think anything up here will be able to hold up to us. Even though they have this giant army that we've just been ignoring in our little pocket of warfare down here in the south. That looks good. Not much we can do. Not much we could do here. It would take too long for the troops to get there. I think we're just going to have to see what happens when those augurs get over here. Only 20 units. I think we can break out of there pretty quick once we get those troops moved. We should have a lot of resources here. While we have the money, let's go ahead and use it to recruit just a bulk of troops here. And we'll end the turn and see if this is holding and how Helheim is holding up. Oh, before we do, I just realized we have quite a few gems built up, and we want to see those behemoths. So here's the behemoth. 104 hit points. Morale of 30. Causes fear. Is undead. Is lifeless. Causes trample. Is just scary all around. Let's see here. I think we might summon a couple more of these guys. So I think we might make a line of them up front to do battle with Abyssia. So, we have enough gems, I do believe. Yes, we can summon one more. So let's go ahead and do that as well. Or we could summon some Pale Riders. Let's summon the Pale Riders. That'll be fun. So we'll end this turn and come back and make sure all this is still holding. See you all in another moment. And Abyssia continues to be a thorn in our side with those dreaded assassins. So we cast the Pale Rider spell. We lost an augur to another demon bread. That's so frustrating. Our animist killed a slayer. There's a battle in Helheim. Really, Narzeruth, just stay inside. No one cares. A battle in the Lightless Caverns. This was us attacking the Lightless Caverns. Ooh, we won and took it. We'll be able to check that out in a second. Unexpected event in Dovin. Province income and resource increase. The wise ruler of the realm has invested in roads and bridges. Deadly disease, that's our harvester of sorrows, still alive. Is still under siege. We don't have to worry about losing anything yet there. We're almost through Helheim. We just need a couple more turns. And battle afflictions were cured. So, it looks like we got 23 of these long dead horsemen from one casting of that. They don't have a lot of hit points. They die pretty quick, but again, they never flee. And against Abyssia, where we're just trying to hold up Abyssia, we want to keep their fire attacking minions from getting to our troops while our mages cast spells at them. These guys are going to be a great addition. And we're getting enough gems that we can summon quite a few of those every turn. Let's go ahead and convert our gems over. We can cast that spell twice here. Oh, I want to use the higher level death mages because they can get more result out of that. Perfect. These guys here are ready to join the assault. Since we do have the annoyance of assassins, I'm going to grab them some troops that we'll put on guard duty next turn before we assault. Going to give it one more turn. 20 units, huge scorpion beast, combated by Carnail, the anathemate salamander. What a great name. Here is that province we just took over. Gravechill, who's been wounded. It's okay though. So in a cave province, it looks like we're getting some more gems, and we can recruit. What do we have here? A Ko-Oni. Ooh. So the Ko-Oni are demons and they're based on Japanese myth. So they're demons. They have mountain survival. They're pillagers. They eat a bunch of food, even though they don't need to eat it to survive. They just eat it to eat it because they're demons. And when you're in an area that is very chaotic, so if you remember, our power adds order, but in places that have high turmoil, those units become easier to recruit. So that's the amount of gold return per level of turmoil. So this guy costs normally 12 gold. With 2 turmoil, he would only cost 10 gold. We unfortunately can't recruit the demon priest. We wouldn't really want to recruit him based on the other troops that we have available, but it's kind of neat that we'd have him available if we'd want to. These guys are just really expensive. We're going to have Gravechill move down here. This is just to make Abyssia mad. That is silly. That just makes Abyssia commit some troops to that if they want to take it back. Nothing but to cause them trouble. They must have a mage here who's summoning blood summoning spells, because you can see they're building up a group of spiny devils here and demons to attack us. We're going to go ahead and, with those summons set up and everything else, end the turn once more and see what happens. And it looks like we have more assassination attempts. So, first we cast that Pale Rider's spell. Next up, our Bishop of the Sacred Shroud, been killed by a demon bread. I'm going to have to find out a better way to handle these because the bodyguard techniques we were using didn't work to stop them. We need to find a way to stop these assassinations, and the bodyguards just don't seem to do it when we did it. Next up, unexpected event in Gladewood. Hurricane struck the land, devastating the coastline, minus some population, plus some unrest. Don't really care. Amon's still being sieged. We're still fighting in Helheim. And 6 battle afflictions incurred. So you can see now, in just 2 turns of casting that spell, we have 69 long dead cavalry. We're going to continue building up that undead force, and we're going to prepare to assault Abyssia, knock them off of our castle area here. They only left 10 units behind. And hopefully, we will break Helheim's spirit here in the north. We're going to do all of that in the next episode of Gaming with Grug. Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you again soon.